Hello again, everyone. This is Jeff Reed, former writer for iFanboy. Kryptonite is known traditionally as Superman's kryptonite, but there are other things that can affect the Man of Steel as well. Things like, well, heartbreak, that can affect all of us, of course. That's more of an emotional attack. But there are things like magic and the supernatural that can affect the Man of Steel physically just as much as they would any other person in the DC universe. And one of those kind of supernatural creatures that can do the damage to Superman as it could others is a vampire. Superman has met many vampires in his career, actually, one of which was back in 1992, just before the Doomsday battle that killed Superman. And is that in that story where Lucy Lane is taken over by a vampire, being drained of her life essence. And Jimmy Olsen decides to jump in and help out Superman with this battle because Jimmy Olsen is dating Lucy Lane at the time, and Lucy is, of course, Lois's sister. So, in knowing it was 1992, Jimmy decides to wear the most 1992 thing imaginable: pouches everywhere. That boy pouches up. And he also got lots of stakes, a big old cross, and he's going to go to town on this vampire. He's not as helpful as he hopes to be in the story. It's just too bad, but that's how things go with Jimmy Olsen sometimes. Anyway, this vampire is dealt with, and it does not succeed in biting Superman during the story. It was not until many years later, in the pages of Superman Volume 2, number 180, that Superman is bitten by a vampire for the first time, and we see the results of that. Superman is being, lulled into a hypnotic state by this vampire, and the vampire then opens his jaws, clamps down those teeth onto Superman's neck, and then the vampire explodes. And he explodes because Superman is powered by solar energy. The sun is what is giving Superman his abilities. He is a solar receptor, and that means that his blood is powered by solar energy, which vampires are known to not do well with, and so that vampire just explodes afterwards. It's a fun story, actually, and a neat plot point that is completely ignored 2 years later when Chris Claremont and John Byrne come on the GLA book, and another vampire just bites Superman and makes him his slave for a while. Because I guess it's Chris Claremont and John Byrne, they don't have to worry about continuity, but it does kind of undercut the coolness of the fact that Superman's blood kills vampires when 2 years later one survives that biting process. So in my continuity, Superman's blood kills vampires every time, and that's just how I've chosen to live my life.